After a decade of silent prayers and ridicule, Adaku's joy finally knew no bounds. But behind her triumphant smile lay the seeds of a tragedy no one could foresee. This was the moment she had longed for, the moment that transformed her life from a canvas of despair into a vibrant tapestry of motherhood. For 10 long years, Adaku had endured whispers and laughter from those around her, each taunt a dagger to her heart. The arrival of her son, Gil, marked a turning point. He was not only her miracle but also a living testament to her unwavering faith. With dark skin that shone under the sun like polished ebony and eyes brimming with innocence, Gil embodied the hope she had harbored through the bleakest nights. Adaku vowed that her son would never know the pain of hunger or ridicule, promising herself to shield him from the world's cruelty. In her eyes, Gil was perfection incarnate, the antidote to every bitter word spoken about her barrenness. She would pour all her love, all her dreams into this child, determined to ensure his happiness above all else. From the day she returned from the hospital, cradling him in her arms like the most delicate treasure, Adaku established boundaries that few dared to challenge. She summoned her household staff, her voice both fierce and maternal, warning them against any form of discipline. "Leave him to me," she declared, her tone brooking no argument. "I will raise him the way I want." Any staff who mishandled or scolded Gil saw their employment terminated without a second thought. To Adaku, there was no such thing as being overly protective. Her son was the manifestation of her perseverance and love. As Gil grew, he became increasingly attached to Adaku, forsaking the company of other children to follow her like a shadow. While most parents encourage their children to interact with their peers, Adaku nurtured Gil's dependence, believing that her unwavering presence would fortify their bond. "He's just a child," she would dismiss Chi's concerns, her husband, who often urged her to encourage more independence in Gil. "He loves me, that's all that matters." However, what began as innocent affection began to blur the lines of normalcy as a subtle shift in their relationship took root. Adaku's nurturing gestures transformed into something more profound, entwining their lives in a way that was increasingly concerning. Adaku delighted in his dependency, interpreting each cling and cry as a testament to their love. But in the depths of her devotion lay a dangerous ignorance, a dismissal of the warnings fluttering like moths at the edges of her consciousness. She paid little heed to the whispers of her mother, Mama Chiki, who often cautioned, "A child who stays too long under the mother's wings may never learn to fly." Adaku brushed off her mother's worries, insisting that Gil's happiness was paramount. Yet, unbeknownst to her, this very devotion was setting the stage for an unforeseen catastrophe, one that would challenge the very foundation of their bond and tear apart the fabric of their family life. As their days ebbed and flowed in a blissful yet insular existence, the dangers of Adaku's unchecked love began to unfurl, laying the groundwork for a tragedy that would unravel the joy she had fought so hard to secure. For a decade, Adaku had endured the relentless ache of longing, each passing year a brutal reminder of her barren womb. The quiet taunts of friends and neighbors wedged themselves deep into her heart like shards of glass, each whisper a testimony to her perceived failure. "Mama Chiki has the right to call you barren," they said, the words twisting like vines around her spirit. Adaku would recall the piercing gaze of Mama Chiki, her mother-in-law, whose sharp tongue was a weapon wielded effortlessly, brandishing words like, "You are cursed, my daughter-in-law," whenever they crossed paths. Those words haunted Adaku, echoing through her mind long after their exchanges had ended, and fueling her desperation to prove them wrong.